That looked quite dangerous, didn't it? Health and safety, a risk assessment was done, I'm sure. Let's now talk about Iran. The price of crude oil is surging still on financial markets. This all follows President Trump's decision to pull out of the Iran nuclear deal. Now, Iran has re-emerged as a major oil exporter since sanctions were lifted in return for curbs on its nuclear program. Last month, it was producing 2.6 million barrels a day. So could that now come to an end? Let's talk to Cornelia Meyer, CEO of MRL Corporation, but also, once upon a time, an executive at the oil giant BP. So give us your take on where oil is headed. I mean, it's been going up and up. I mean, Brent, for example, at over $75, $76 a barrel.
Well, look, it's getting tight because, as we said, OPEC has taken out 1.8 million barrels with their production cuts with their 10 non-OPEC friends. That has gotten rid of the big, huge inventories overhang we had, which didn't let the oil price move at all. But now that in accumulation with Venezuela falling off the cliff, with question marks over what Nigeria, Libya can do because of the domestic problems. Now, when you take those Iranian exports out, it becomes tight. But these exports aren't quite out yet, but markets are psychological, so they will react on it. But then, you also have to see China and so on may still buy some Iranian crude, so it may not be quite as tight as it looks now.
And just briefly, give us your take on the implications of the US pulling out of this deal with Iran. From your perspective, how significant is this?
Well, it's very significant in the sense that for Iran and for other countries too, once you have agreed to something, if you just renege on it, that's very bad. It makes the Middle East a less stable place because should Iran, up to now we had some leverage over Iran under the agreement. Now that leverage may well be gone depending on what the Europeans can do. Another thing we have to think about is we are sort of driving countries like Iran into the arms of China. And do we really want that sort of Russia, China, Iran alliance sitting there? Is another thing to think about. So yes, geopolitically, this has huge ramifications.
All right. Cornelia, thank you for now. She'll be back for the news briefing. We have plenty more to get our teeth stuck into. That's all coming later in this programme. But in the meantime, let's focus on Malaysia because the former Prime Minister Mahathir Mohamad has made an extraordinary political comeback. He came out of retirement at the age of 92 and in the general election defeated the party he himself led for years. It will be the first transfer of power in Malaysia since independence more than 60 years ago. He spoke to the media just